Well, it's day 2 of Hamish and Dave's Adelaide adventure. And well, cross-country day, and where do we find ourselves?
Hey, mate, we're driving past. We heard that the Christmas pageant was on in Adelaide. Called into the Astar Hotel. Look what's going on. Pre-drinks before the Christmas pageant. Amazing.
What time of day is it, Dave?
Hey, mate, it's about 8:30, mate.
8:30 in the morning, cross-country day at the Australian International 3-day event. You wouldn't believe it, we're at a bar already with a bunch of clowns. We had to admit this was not the start to cross-country day that we were expecting, and it seemed odd that in a pub full of clowns, we were the ones that looked out of place. Nevertheless, with a beer in hand, we were very quickly starting to fit in, and it didn't take long for Dave to make some friends.
You excited about today?
Oh, yeah.
And how long have you guys been involved with the Christmas pageant?
Well, this is my 5th year of clowning. Trav, you've been in a couple of times, and the girls, they're novices.
It's the first year.
So the important thing is you've got to start here at the Clown Bar at 7 o'clock in the morning before the pageant.
So has this been going on for a long time? People come to the Astar Bar every year before
Absolutely, for years and years and years.
However, it is an underground movement. We are the renegades. It's not supposed to happen, really.
On the outside, the members of the South Australian Police Pipes and Drums seem to be keeping a safe distance from the clowns. And after talking to this drummer, we could understand why they were struggling to relate to each other.
Tell me, you're in the Police Pipes and Drums band, are you?
Yes.
And we've had a few encounters with the police in our day. Do you think you'd be doing much chasing of us today with your drum on?
Oh, I'm sure the nature of today's event, there'll be very little requirement for any serious police action.
The Christmas pageant sums up Adelaide's small town vibe. And despite the fact that it's held every year alongside the 3-day event, very few of us horse people have ever laid eyes on it.
In truth, we had expected the pageant to be a fairly lame affair, but we were pleasantly surprised when it actually turned out to be a little bit of Disneyland in South Australia. While we weren't going to get too wrapped up in the Christmas spirit in mid-November, we were happy to admit that this lady looked a little bit tasty.
A cupcake.
Ah,
King of the cupcake.
and a sweet-looking cupcake you are. By this stage of the weekend, Dave was back in his groove, and after suffering rejection at the hands of some locals yesterday, his confidence was once again riding high after his encounter with these cheerleaders.
Okay, girls, look, I'm from Sydney. How do you girls fit into a Christmas pageant?
Lots of cheering. And the kids love us, so they get excited when they see us with our poms.
I bet they did. As fun as it was, we weren't in Adelaide to chat to reindeer, clowns or cheerleaders. So we set off back across town for the cross-country phase of the 3-day event.
Well, Davo, we've finished up with the Christmas pageant and we've actually made it to the horse event, which we're here to cover after all.
Hey mate, there's no atmosphere like Adelaide on cross-country day. Got the 2-star starters, as we see behind
As you
us,
see, Claudia Graham, Park Street Vision going by.
only hours away from the 4-star. Let's go out and see if we can check out some of the cross-country action.
The 2-star class is the curtain raiser here at the Adelaide event. And this gave me the chance to chat to course designer Wayne Copping about his thoughts on his 2010 course.
Well, I think the major change has been to try and straighten the course out a bit and not make it quite so intense, give more room, more galloping, more space between the fences.
There's no doubt that building a cross-country course in the middle of the city's main park presents a huge range of problems and difficulties. What are the special sort of circumstances you have to build around and work with inside the park?
Well, many and varied. You can't do anything except you have to go to the council for everything, have permits for it, wherever you go. It is very, very difficult, and we try and do the best we can.
By this stage, we're beginning to feel like we were all talk and no action. So the 4-star cross-country couldn't kick off soon enough.
After racking up 19 time penalties on his way around the course, it became clear that middle age can make a man slow, and perhaps a little disagreeable.
I reckon that they got the time wrong, you know. Oh, look, you know, that was not my best round. I got to tell you, I think really, if the truth be known, I was pretty lucky to go through those finish flags. I had a real hairy moment at the brush to the ditch.
Eventing is a tough sport, and even after a clear round, your work is far from done.
Yeah, you know, I think I've got an overreach, and, you know, there are degrees of overreaches, and if it's a nasty overreach, then that can impact on whether we start or not tomorrow.
With Heath Ryan's time penalty costing him the lead and dropping him back to 5th, after a clear round with only 0.8 of a time fault, it was time for Emma Mason to grab back the limelight that Heath had stolen from her late the previous afternoon.
Yeah, I'm stoked with him, Dave. He was, really honest and just answered all the questions that were in front of him. He was great. He actually felt a little tired quite early, and I thought, I don't know, I hope I can get him home. But look, he was great. He felt really good, and not everything went exactly to plan, which is probably often the way. But no, it was fun. He was good.
In the end, it had been a day of good, clean cross-country fun. And with Emma Mason being chased by 5 former winners of this event, you can guarantee that we're in for a cracker day tomorrow. I'm Hamish Cargill.
And I'm Dave Cameron.
See you tomorrow in the show jumping ring. Not very often you walk into a pub full of clowns and everyone looks at you.
And the cream rises to the crop of these big competitions. Now you've been. Do it again.
We might have a ride. Yeah. It's a couple of little trick circus ponies there.
Sorry,
You delivered it really smoothly.
this is my one.
I'm not going to be able to not laugh if you say that. You can actually not say it.
You should have carried on, professional.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, mate.